I'm Dr. Parul Shah. I am a psychologist, graphologist, worksheet designer, and phonics expert. I am the author of the book Empower with BLA Phonics 1 and 2. Both are available on Amazon and Flipkart. Today, I want to talk about children missing school. Now, if you are missing school, first of all, you should analyze the reason why you are missing school, and then check the importance of the reason. If you feel that the reason is unavoidable and the child has to miss school or classes, then it's okay. But if the reason is not very strong, then think again. If you can avoid missing school or classes, it will be better for your child. And we are going to talk about this in detail. So if children are missing school or classes too often, then what happens? They take those things, school or those classes very casually. The importance of them is reduced for the child because you are not giving that much importance in attending the whatever it is, school or classes. So if you are taking it casually, that even if you miss, it's okay, then children will also take it casually. So then anything related to it, if it is in school or academic classes, then paying attention, homework related to it, studies, doing its after work, revision, studying at home, everything related to it would be taken casually. So one thing will affect everything related to that particular class or school. So missing one or two class sometimes is okay, but if you are missing classes too often or back to back, then it will hamper the child a lot. Because what happens when a child is coming to a class, he is attending the whatever is spoken, the explanation, the written part, everything. Now if the class is missed, you will cover up the written part, but what about the explanation the teacher is sharing? What about the other small incidences that are happening in the class? So the child is missing on all those things, and later on when the child goes to school, he is little lost because he don't know what is happening. So maybe some joke that the friends are sharing, so all this affects them a lot. They become conscious because everyone is talking about something which they don't know. So we don't realize all these small things, but this hampers them a lot. So they're settling down nicely in that class or school is getting disturbed by missing classes. Academically, so of course, they're missing the explanation, they have missed. So then continuing it might be a difficult. If they have just missed the introduction of any topic, then later on it is difficult for them to cope with the next level, the continued topic. So then it is little difficult for them to focus on the topic, and maybe that topic they'll never understand it in a better way. You will put in a lot of pains to explain them, but when they miss the first part, the introduction, the original actual excitement of a new topic, if that misses out, then sometimes that topic is only sometimes. So see to it that you don't miss school so often, because it is not only affecting academically, but it is also affecting socially, it is also affecting mentally. So maybe, suppose some joke was there in the class, or some incident happened with the student and the children, and now the child has come the second day when he doesn't know. So maybe a teacher asks a question and he does, or he or she doesn't know. So he might feel ridiculed. He might feel little low down that I don't know. And the simple reason was that he missed the previous day's explanation or what is done. So this might affect his self confidence. This might affect his, him little mentally. He might feel that and children, they react very easily. Now teacher will understand that the child was not there, so he might not be able to answer. But for classmates, for other children, they are just children and they will react. They might laugh or smile or pass some comment which the child may not like. So to avoid all this, if they go to school regularly, they are in sync with what is going on in school. So that continuity is there for the child. And missing school breaks the continuity academically, breaks the continuity with, socially, mentally. So it affects in many ways. So before you decide to miss school or class, just think, is it that important that the side effects would be fine? Now, if the child is not well, of course, you should not send the child to school. In that case, sending the child to school will give you all the side effects which were there when you missed the school. Because if the child is unwell, he will not be able to perform better. He will not be able to understand what the teacher is saying, and at that time, actually, he needs rest. So he will be, odd man out in the class, which will again make him conscious. And when something is done forcibly, you don't like it forever sometimes. So he is not well, and then he has to learn something, he has to study, right? Then he may not like that activity later on. So if your child is unwell, please don't send them to any class or school because they need rest. So this is the time when you have to actually miss school. So before planning any trip or any activity where the child is missing school, just think twice. Is it okay to miss the school and go for that trip or whatever? Or you can postpone the trip and go in the holidays. So if anything of that is possible, please avoid the holidays which could be avoided, and don't send them to school when they are unwell. So sometimes, what happens that some classes are only once a week. So if they miss that one class, means 15 days gap between the two classes he attended. So the child would miss a lot. The continuity of that class will break because he got 15 days holidays. Understanding what he has missed. Even it is difficult for the teacher to explain that one child what she did in the last, he or she did in the previous class. Then only he will be able to understand what has been done in that class. So, absentee is very difficult for teachers also. So, it is difficult for both teachers and students. So, if you are missing for any small reasons, please don't do it. Then children will give you 10 more reasons to miss the class or school, because they are very smart. If for one small reason you said, okay, don't go to school, they will give you 10 more reasons for not going to school. And then what will you do? So it is always better to keep a check from beforehand only. Going to school should be a routine thing. The way you eat food, the way you play, sleep daily. So going to school is also a daily offense. It should be analogy like routine, school, unwell, holiday. Because when you're not well, you're having disrupted sleep. They might not eat proper food. They might not go to play because they're having weakness. So, when they're unwell, they are not doing whatever is in the routine, so they can miss school. So, going to school is part of the routine. If you make this concept clear for the child, they will not ask you for missing school again and again. And you should be like, adamant, yes to yes, no to no. Please don't change your decision by just listening to the child. He doesn't want to school or doesn't want to go to school, so you are missing school should not be the reason. If the reason is valid, then only miss the school. I hope I have made this clear. So before missing any school or class, please think twice and then make a wise decision. Take care. Bye bye.